Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday. I thank you for joining me, and this is also going to be day 6 on our 31-day journey that I'm revisiting from 2016. Every day this month I'm going to have a video with some photos that I may not have used when I originally scrapped this, and I was doing a lot of Project Life then, so most of the photos, I had 1,830 of them. Most of them went into Project Life. I did a few 12 by 12s. So I'm going back and I'm kind of doing some of the quirkier moments, and I will tell you right now that from a trip perspective, this was maybe one of the least interesting and perhaps more frustrating days on the entire trip. Before leaving, the morning that we left on the 1st of August, I took Barrett outside on my back deck, showing him the plants that needed to be watered and telling him how often to water them. And in the course of doing that, as I was talking and waving my hands around, I got stung by a bee. I'm normally very allergic to bee stings, but I immediately walked in. I knew exactly where the Benadryl was, and I took a Benadryl and hoped that it would, and got in the car and we took off, and I hoped that nothing worse would happen. Well, the area swole and it got all red, and I slept a lot, but it didn't really bother me. And I have some photos of the rash it left, which was very odd. It was in, and speaking of hexagons, it was in little hexagon shapes, kind of like a beehive. And it was very weird. I've never seen anything like it before nor since. And so we went on the trip, and 4 days later, when we were leaving St. Louis, I got similar red marks down near my ankles on both legs. And I was feeling feverish, and my legs had swollen. And we had done a lot of walking the day before. I wasn't aware of any bee stings or anything. So that morning, instead of leaving directly from St. Louis to go to Kansas City, which would have been an easy, 3 or 4 hour trip, we ended up looking for an ER emergency room doctor, and they gave me some prednisone to reduce the inflammation, told me to continue on the trip and visit a doctor in whatever city we were in if it seemed to get worse. And the swelling went down, the rash, the discoloration of the skin, which is almost like a blood blister, never went away. It was still there when we got home, and maybe for another year or so it stayed looking strange and different, and I never did find out what it was. The assumption is that it was just residual from the bee sting. So having said that, we're now probably about 5 hours late getting started on the trip, and we took off, and we didn't really see much. We had no choice but to go interstate instead of more interesting roads. And the closest we came to anything interesting was a place called Ozark Land it's a big building called Ozark Land. And to be honest, we stopped there to go to the restroom, and it was in a city called, I don't know, Kingdom something. I forget exactly what it was. And the most notable thing, because it's the only thing I took a photo of, was this big sign that said "Need chocolate," and this was the start of John pointing out. Actually, in one of the little towns on day one, we stopped and there was a chocolate factory. And I took some pictures of the chocolates, but not John. So here's one with John pointing out, need chocolate. Chocolate fanatic that he was. So this is the scrap lift that I'm doing. It's by Marianne Maldonado, and it's gorgeous. She's got a circle, and then she's got some really large hexagons and a pattern background paper. And she's got one photo and all kinds of things. It looks to me like it's in an L shape, so I'm going to kind of go with that. She's got tags and envelopes and frames and florals and all kinds of things there. It's just really lovely. She's got only one photo. I'm going to create an L shape with tags, and I'm going to sneak in 4 photos. I do have some hexagons, but they're not as big as hers. And my circle isn't going to be of pattern paper curled up. I'm going to stencil it on. So let's get started. I'm going to put that aside. What I'm going to do here to give it some look of dimension, I guess, is I'm going to take, let's see, what do I want? I want the chipped sapphire first. I'm going to do this darker blue on the outer ring here of, this is, let's see, this is a stencil, Americana Decor, and I found it in the home decor section of a home store like Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. Long time ago, and it was meant for stenciling this pattern onto a wall to make something like wallpaper. So that was chipped sapphire. I'm now using faded jeans, and it's going to be just a little bit different shade. And I'm doing it on a map paper from Where to Next. And it is lots of blue and then the fake washi tape and stuff around it. So it's kind of interesting there. I'm going to color that. Now I'm going to use something that is actually a brighter blue. And I'm thinking I may not like this as well. Oh yeah, it's fine. I didn't want it to be too, pretty blue. I didn't want it to kind of take away. I don't want that to be all the attention, where all the attention is. So that's what that's going to look like. It serves as a base for my L shape. The structure of the L shape is going to be provided by these guys, and I'm just going to kind of ink the edges just so that kind of clear, clean look goes away. I want there to be some distressing. I started to distress them with scissors, but I thought maybe inking might make them stand out a little bit more. So those are done. They have foam behind them. I'm going to place them. Let me look at looking at the original, the clusters kind of extend down below the circle. So I'm going to do this. That's where my placement's going to go. And I'm smearing blue ink around, and that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. I don't I wish I hadn't gotten it on the background paper, but on the tag, it's fine. I should have put those aside, but as I was thinking, why don't I put these aside? I thought, you know, I don't care if it smears. So we'll see if that's a true statement or not. Okay, the needs chocolate picture's going to go there, and then with it is going to be those little Dippin' Dots. We kind of did. That was the start of a Dippin' Dot. Dippin' Dots are widely available in baseball stadiums. I'm not sure if the Dippin' Dot people got some kind of a contract with the Major League Baseball people, but they're everywhere. I'm just gonna, I almost don't care where I put these, because wherever they're not will be a, let's see. There will be some embellishments. I've got plenty of embellishments to go around. This is a photo of the stadium, and then this is us at the stadium. So I want those overlapping, and one straight and the other kind of slanted. So I'm going to put the slanty one first, and then this one, and I'm probably going to take a little bit of the foam off so that it can overlap comfortably. There we go. Okay, so those are the photos. Let's try to work the hexagons in, and I'm not going for, and would never achieve anyway, the same look as the original. I'm just kind of paying my respects to it, paying homage to it. Okay, there. Let's see what my colors are. I'm going to put these. Yeah, it's okay. I will put the this one down here, I think. I wanted to put this one near that because these are strong colors that kind of balance that. But before it's all said and done with, there's going to be enough variation. And I'm going to use the blue here and the pink here. Maybe the pink might go down there. And I'll try to, I'm going to be layering, it's guaranteed that I'm going to be layering some things over these. Okay. There we go. Is that what I wanted? Yeah, why not? I've got a couple of the chipboard frames from the Where To Next collection, and I was gonna squeeze one in right here. I like that. And it adds my green color that I need for the Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge. And I've got this little, I wanted to bring some red down here. I'm wearing a red shirt and this is a red building, so I'm just kind of trying to balance the red because the red doesn't fit with the rest of the story, if you catch my drift. I do have a little red flower that I'm going to use just to kind of help with that. I believe that even if things don't quote unquote match, that if you repeat them in ways that please the eye, and that's hard to describe, but in this case it's kind of bringing your eyes down here. And I've got this little flower that has some red in it. It's a puffy sticker, and I think that right there kind of draws you down. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I wanted to use this camera, and I thought it might be good in the middle like that. And I do like it. It has foam on it. So I'm gonna do that. I have a, I thought about putting my title in the middle, but I'm gonna work my title in someplace else. How does that work? Let's see. And it fits just perfectly. And this kind of, this curves around and touches the hexagon there and this frame here. Now I want to add a little more green. I've got this green here. I want some green kind of over here. So let's look and see if there's anything that stands out. I've got this, that's the wrong green. I do have, well, that's not green, but there is that kind of green in, this says best ever, and this was by far not the best day, but today works, and it's the right green. And then I've got two cars here. One is green, one is red. I'm gonna use the red, and I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put this, where do I want that? I might just put it right here on the hexagon. And the hexagon is sitting down on the page, and you know I don't like that. You know I like dimension. So I'm going to stuff a little dot under there. I don't really have to take the backing off of it, but I did. There, that makes me much happier. So I'm gonna do the little red car here. And I'm gonna have it driving off the hexagon. That works. There's this little guy that says pack your bags, and there's this which could use a I have this little US map that came from Where to Next by Stephen Duncan, and I'm using these things. These came in a Mind the Scrap kit, and there's some tiny little ones that I thought I'd go ahead and use now because this is a fairly minimalist page, and this little butterfly is red. This little flower is red, and I kind of just want to use these to bring out. Here is a navy blue flower. I'm gonna put it here. And there is another red flower. And I probably should be putting glue under all of these. And I have some of these self-adhesive brads that I'm going to add to this and kind of, I'll probably add several different kinds of embellishments in there. Let's look at some stickers. Here's my title. It's after a day wandering around, visiting, and getting to see the city of St. Louis. We're on the road again to Kansas City. We just, what we did, we found a hotel and just pretty much left our car in the parking lot without checking in because we didn't have time. And we called the Uber, and it took us. He took us to the game, and it was really difficult for him to get in. And then the Uber coming to pick us up had a horrible time getting in because there had been a shooting out in the parking lot. So it was it was not fun. I'm going to put this Missouri map today, actually, and the Missouri map. That kind of goes. So today, Missouri. It was all Missouri all the time. We started in Missouri and we ended in Missouri. Actually, you know, I could have the whole, if I put that on a, I'm getting glue all over everything. But what else is new? If I put this on some foam, I can overlap the today. So you get the whole shape of the map, and then it'll sit right there. So today, Missouri. That ought to be my title, shouldn't it? Okay, I have this, which has, this is the food. I'm not seeing anything that I want right there. In this sticker book, I should have some small sayings. This photo of the stadium was taken at sunset because that's when we arrived, just as the sun was setting. And it's not a pretty sunset picture because we weren't facing the right direction. But that kind of tells you what time of day it was. Let's see, what else do I want to do? Another story, I guess I can use that one. I'm going to put it over the camera strap. Okay, I'm going to put that back away, and let's see if there's anything else from here or from here that I think I do like. The little gold stars and gold hearts that are in here. I don't have my overlapping hearts yet, but I can do that. Here is one. I'm gonna put it on this, on the photo of us. Please be another heart. Yes, there is one. Okay, and I'm gonna add some stars into these little clusters of goodies. Anything else? I have leaves in here in the florals. There are leaves there, and also leaves with this flower. The color green on this frame, and these two brads. I've stenciled the circle in there, and I have two tags, and I have used the brads and the puffy stickers and the papers, I believe, are all from the June Mind the Scrap kit. Let me see if I can add in, I want to use this gold geotag. I think I'm going to put it maybe here. No, I'm going to go here, and I'll split the edge of the tag. They didn't exactly split it, but I want to add this little luggage icon maybe there, and then I want to put something down here, and I don't know what yet, so let's see if we can find something. Not sunshine and good vibes, hit the road, not seeing anything there. We had hoped when we got into Kansas City, this says discover new places. That works for me, and that kills this sticker sheet. We had hoped, we had some friends who live there, or a friend, former neighbor who lives there, and we were gonna maybe try to get together with her, and it turns out we left too late. You know, the doctor's appointments delayed us too much, and we got there only just in time for the football game. So I put some foam behind this sticker so that I can do this. And everything about Kansas City was new, and unfortunately we didn't really. Okay, so here's the pack your bags little thingy, and then I'm going to put something here to kind of balance that. And of course, I wouldn't have to balance it if I didn't put this there, but the reason I added these bags is because I wanted to use this. So let's go there. And then if I can find something similar, is there anything here? Not really, not at the moment. I'm not seeing it. That's a paper repack. Let's hunt through here and see. You know, there's it was the worst of times, and then there's one that says it was the best of times. So it kind of was when I was kind of scared about what that might be. This says beautiful moments. It's not great. I will tell you one beautiful moment was, as you can see here, I'm wearing my Astros shirt, and I wore Astros gear to all the baseball games, and we didn't go to an Astros game. We went to other teams' games. So had a kid come up to me, maybe 11 or 12, which was kind of the last age that kids openly talk to adults. And he came up to me and said, "Oh, are you an Astros fan? We went to see them when they played so-and-so, and so-and-so hit such and such." And he thought, being an Astros fan, that I should know exactly what those, or should remember exactly those moments. And it was so cool. So I asked him if he liked traveling and if he liked baseball and if he played baseball and stuff like that. So I engaged him in conversation that would divert his attention from the fact that I had no idea what game he was talking about. My son would have known exactly what game he was talking about. If I paid attention, he calls me and gives me updates, and Alexa gives me updates too. And occasionally I watch a game on television. So, and they got Justin Verlander back. They're poised, and they've moved into first place for the first time in this season. They've surpassed the Rangers, their cross-state rival, and one of their guys hit a no-hitter, and somebody did the statistical analysis and found that the Astros have the most no-hitters in their history of anyone in that time period. So, yay, Astros. Go Stros. Okay, I think this is, I'm going to just kind of do a couple of little silly things. I'm going to outline the sunset sticker with black just to make it stand out. I'm going to add a date right here on the green frame, and the green frame is kind of glued on there a little bit askew. Sometimes I might do that on purpose. In this case, I intended for it to be parallel with the sides, but it isn't. So I'm gonna write August 6th, 2016. And, if I wanted to be historically accurate, I have this information elsewhere, but I could write down especially when I put photos of the games, I could say who were playing in the game and what the score was, and I can look all that up on Google if I don't have it. But that's kind of not what this was about. It wasn't a rundown of baseball. And I have photos of food other than this. What I like about this is it's one of those little batting helmet things, and it's upside down. Along the way, and this was our first one, we hadn't collected them in St. Louis or Cincinnati, but we started here and we collected these little caps. We had to buy the Dippin' Dots to get the little caps, and brought home a collection of them to give to the kids. And they were at an age where they kind of liked that. But anyway, it wasn't about the food, and it wasn't about, these are kind of the quirky moments and photos that I may not have scrapped. This was not a particularly good photo of the stadium, but when I ran it through the filter, it kind of made it like a cartoon, and it popped out the colors. It kind of punched them up a little bit, and so I really like the page, and I hope you do too. Let me pull up the original again. My screen has gone dark here, so I'm going to have to yeah, this is the original. It's, you know, I've kind of exceeded the boundaries, and my L is not so much an L. I mean, it is if you consider the title there, but it's more of a diagonal. But I think I'm okay with that. I like it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday for another Scrap Squad Sunday, and every day in August for what am I calling it? I'm calling it Road Trip Down Memory Lane. It's I had someone noticing that I was going to be in a certain city and said, "Oh, I'd love to get together with you," but I'm not there. I'm just me at home, and I'm looking back at 7 years ago when John and I did this, and I'm doing it to keep from focusing on the fact that it's our anniversary month, and it's a month that we usually made really special, and he's not here, so that's what I'm trying to ignore. You know, I love this, and seeing it, I forgot that I had one more piece of this ephemera. I think I have it digitally, and I could print it and cut it out, but there was a beautiful stand of palm trees in San Francisco when we were at that game. So I'll keep this out and handy for that page. So thank you for watching. Bye.